So it was December 16 of 2015 that I quit my job as a welder. And what a day that was. It was just a massive relief, a massive goal as well of mine to be able to quit my job, because I always identified with just being a welder. Being a welder, I'm a welder. I'm not a business person. I don't make money online. Obviously, I slowly changed that narrative that I was telling myself, but that was a big day. And yeah, I did it for about 12 years. I was a welder. The last year and a half, I was a manager, and which was much better than being a welder. But obviously, still not the path for me. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to be a business owner ever since I was a kid, and I finally achieved that. But yeah, I started in I think it was about 2003. I started in that job, and it was just dirty sort of work, nothing exciting. And I eventually sort of moved into welding after several months because I had experience just welding at home and at school. And yeah, I just sort of progressed, and I became one of their best welders, their fastest, the most accurate, most neatest. And we were welding like bull bars and sort of like that kind of stuff, bull bars and roof racks and all that kind of thing. And yeah, I just did it sort of day in, day out. And I still to this day ask myself why I did it for so long. Why did I do the exact same thing, the same monotonous routine over and over and over? And the reason is because I had a bigger goal. I had a larger goal. I also felt like I couldn't make the same money elsewhere, which was in reality stupid thinking. I should have just taken less money anyway and gone somewhere else, done something else, learnt new skills. But I didn't. But it was all meant to happen because it happened. So yeah, I did that, and I just kept going and going and going. I was doing other bits and pieces, trying to muck around with online business and real estate and stuff along the way. But I just kept grinding, kept doing it. And I was doing a bit of traveling. I lived my life still during that whole sort of almost 12-year period. But yeah, that whole time I just identified as a welder. And towards the end of it, I started a blog and I started getting some online skills. And then what actually got me out of the being a welder was actually I did Amazon publishing. So I started publishing books on Amazon and took a course and did that. And then for about a year and a half, I went straight into that. And that was actually what got me out of the job. And, I was sort of just earning just enough to sort of, as like the same amount as what I was earning in my job, basically. And then I had a bit of money saved up, and then I quit. And then I just sort of kept sort of doing the Amazon books, but then I also got into e-commerce and did that. But really it was the Amazon book stuff that got me out of that, and I survived on that for the next few years until some very vindictive person that was obviously in the same space in Amazon did some kind of underhanded tactic where they can contact Amazon and basically try to make it look like your books are fraudulent or something like that, and you get these emails from Amazon, and they basically shut my accounts, or most of my accounts. So it was a very stressful time when that happened, because I didn't really have anything else happening money wise. Like, I was working on it, but I had no other income. So it was very, very, very scary for me at the time. I'm like, damn, I do not want to go back to a job. Like, I would feel like such a gigantic failure and a loser if that had to happen. And look, if it had to happen, that's fine. It would happen. Thankfully, I didn't really have to do that. I struggled through, and yeah, ended up sort of starting and building something with e-commerce, and that was basically in the drop shipping model. And yeah, that's basically the path for my, when starting my job, which was basically a 7 to 4 job, not 9 to 5. We did almost 10-hour days, and yeah, and then through to sort of like doing e-commerce and Kindle publishing, which what got me out of the job, e-commerce, and up until this day, I still do e-commerce. That's my biggest thing. I've expanded to more stores and all kinds of cool things. So that's what I do now. So that's basically my journey. If you want to follow along, then subscribe, and I guess that's it. Subscribe for more and you'll see more.